So today I'll show you how to do the lab setup. So for that, what we are going to do is first we are going to create a virtualization layer on top of our operating system with the help of the VirtualBox or VMware, whichever you feel comfortable. You can go and use it. I suggest you or I recommend you to use the VirtualBox as it is a open source tool, and I'm also going to use this particular tool as a part of this course, right? Maybe if someone wants to use VMware, you can use it. That's up to you or your wish. Okay, there is no harm of using the other virtualization technologies. So on top of that, we are going to install couple of virtual machines according to your RAM, right? Because every virtual machine which you are going to create on top of your system, you need to assign some sort of a dedicated RAM from your local system itself. For an example, if you have 16 GB RAM, assume that you have a 16 GB RAM. Your local host must be using, let's say, 5 GB to 6 GB. Correct. Your Windows operating system might be using 5 to 6 GB depending on the applications that you're running it. Let's assume 6 GB is done, right? So out of 16 GB, 6 GB is already utilized by the local host, and 1 GB, let's use it for buffer, and then you will have 9 GB, right, which is free. So out of this 9 GB, we can give 2 GB for the Linux operating system. This is only utilized when you're running the Linux operating system. Similarly, we will install maybe a Windows 7 operating system and some of the vulnerable operating systems like Metasploitable 2 or Game Over. Okay, I can give you all of these links to you. You can go and download this. You can go and download it and keep it ready. Then we can go and I can show you the practical way. How do we install and set up? Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. So first we need to check our local host is enabled with the virtualization or not, right? So how do we check that? You can right click on the task manager, right? Once you right click on the task manager, you can go to performance. Under that you have a CPU, right? So here you can see virtualization enabled. Can you see this option, guys? It is telling that virtualization is enabled, like this one, right? So if it is disabled for someone, you have to go and enable it by going into the BIOS settings or launching the UEFI settings. I mean, while you're restarting the system, you have to press F8 or F10 according to your hardware. It takes you to the BIOS. From there, you have to go and change your virtualization settings to enable. That is the first thing. Hope everyone has virtualization enabled in your system. That is the first point.
Could you tell me about Mac?
I think it is a Linux based operating system. You will be not having such type of options. You can able to directly install it.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that is the first thing, right? Once it is enabled, you can go to any virtualization tool that you would like to install. So we are going to virtualbox.org. This is a free from the Oracle. As you can see, it's an open source powerful virtualization tool. Click on download, and according to your operating system you can install it. Okay, people who are using Mac, you can use this. People who are using Windows, anyone is using Linux, right? So you can click on this and download it. So I am saving this somewhere in the downloads, or let me save this here. Okay, so the latest version is 7.1.4. I think it has 106 MB, right? So once this you know download is done, you can directly install it. Okay, double click on it and just type next, 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 next. You don't need to modify any settings. You can see next, accept the terms in the license agreement, next, yes, yes, install. So it's going to take, I think, 1 or 2 minutes.
Site says unsupported hardware architecture detected.
Okay, for Mac.
Yes, yes.
So you are using M2, right?
Yeah,
Uh, can you maybe try the
VMware. Okay.
VMware Workstation Player, which is also free? So let me quickly Google it and see, or you can just Google it and see M2 is supported or not for what else, right? Virtual. Okay, it says M2 chipset is not supported.
Okay.
So which one you have downloaded? You have
Uh,
downloaded the Apple Silicon or Intel?
Intel, this thing.
Okay, got it. Maybe can you just try this one also?
Yes, yes.
Sai, one confusion. So,
Hmm.
can you start? Can you go back? Means, I'm stuck at the box platform package. So, on that screen, I have to download that Windows host file or that VirtualBox extension pack.
Oh, this is the one where I am clicking this mouse, right. Windows
Uh,
host package.
okay, so Windows host, that one.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay, okay.
This extension.
But you're not seeing your screen right now. You're not sharing the screen.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, I don't know when did I stop my screen. Sorry. Yeah, this one.
Can you
Mm,
put this link in the comments, Sai?
Yes, I'm doing it. Yep. Right. You can download this and install it. You can see I've already installed this latest version. Right. So once it is done, on top of this, we need to install the operating systems. Right. So for us, we required at least two operating systems. One is attacker system, right, which is Kali Linux, and the second one we need is target. Okay, so target system. It so we'll install maybe Windows 7. Let's start with the basic machine, then we'll move to the Windows 10. and then we'll start with the basic vulnerable machine like Metasploitable 2. So initially, maybe you can download Windows 7, Windows 10 ISO files, or maybe even Metasploitable 2 also. Install it, but don't run it simultaneously. Whenever we require it, we will run them. Okay. So this Kali Linux operating system, right? First, we need to install this Linux operating system. So the Linux operating system is also open source tool. This is meant for security people to perform penetration testing, security research, computer forensic, and reverse engineering. So you can go to kali.org and click on downloads button. It gives you the various, I can say, flavors of the Kali Linux operating system. Okay, this is an ISO file. Once you download the ISO file, you have to run through all the installation process. As many people are running this Linux operating system inside the virtual box or virtual machines, so the Kali people also giving the pre-built images that we can just import into the VMware or virtual box without maybe spending time on the installation, right? You can simply download this virtual machine file according to your virtualization platform and import it. Then you can use this default credentials like Kali and Kali. This is one user inside this machine, and log in and start using it. Okay. So people who are using VMware, you can download this one. People who are using the virtual box, you can download this one. Right. You can click on this file. It is around 3 point how much 3.1 GB. You can say I'm downloading it, but the downloading speed is bit less. Okay. um, yeah, sometimes even it shows 1 hour, 2 hours also. If someone wants to maybe download it with torrent, even they give you the torrent link also. You can download this Kali Linux pre-built image files from here, right? So once you download this, it is basically a zip file. You need to unzip it. Okay, once you download it, you need to unzip it. Okay, I can show you the previous versions of Kali. Uh, yeah, it will look like this. You can see I have 2023.4 virtual box Kali Linux operating system file. It's a zip file. You need to right click and extract it. Once that is got downloaded, it says it's already um, available, right? So let's see 2023.4. Yeah, here it is. Okay, once you extract it, you will have these two files. Okay, one is virtual disk image file and then virtual box machine definition file. You will have these two different files. You just need to double click on this. Automatically it will get imported into the virtual box and you will be able to see over here a machine like this. Or even you have an options over here. Files, import, export options here, right? You can click on import, select that file. I could have unzipped it. Okay, I just need to select it. So anyone have these files? Okay, someone. Okay, Kumar is saying that can I set up this in my dual bootable OS? Uh, can I? set up the lab on my dual bootable OS, which is Ubuntu. Yeah, you can do that. Um, but of course, you will be starting your Ubuntu. Inside that, you're planning to install this virtualization, correct?
Sai, quick question.
Hmm.
So once I install this virtual box, it is asking me like the Python 3 command requires the command line developer tools. Would you like to install the tools now? So should I
Yeah,
install it?
yeah, you can
Okay.
install it. Yeah, so it's better to. Yeah, I understand. You have a dual bootable machine which you are currently using with Ubuntu and Windows, right? But the problem here is, let's say if you're using Windows, you cannot access the Ubuntu. Correct. If you're using Ubuntu, you cannot access the Windows. So what I'm recommending you, you set up your local host as a Windows only. Remove the dual bootable. Inside the Windows, with the help of the virtualization, you can install Ubuntu, Linux, or whatever the operating system that you want to use it, so that all the systems at a time you can able to access it, where you don't need to maybe struggle, or you will not have any kind of a challenges like this, which you have it in a dual bootable machine. Got it right? Okay, perfect. Okay. So I'm downloading this file. Let's see quickly what is the percentage it is completed. Okay, 1.1 GB is done. It's showing 7 minutes to go.
So Sai, this Kali Linux need to be installed on the virtual box, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I went to this kali.org, but I didn't see this same URL like yours. I have a
Okay, I'm
different,
giving you this
yeah.
link again in the chat.
Okay.
You can click on this link. I think you will be having this screen, right? If not, you can click on this pre-built images. You will find all the pre-built images over here.
Mm, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we'll wait. Okay. I think this is going to download. Once it is downloaded, I'll show you how to import it. Then we need what? A target system. So as I said, either we use Windows 7, Windows 10. Um, we'll start with those systems basically, to learn all the various concepts of scanning or creating the vulnerabilities ourselves and maybe exploiting them, to understand this entire exploitation, vulnerability, identification phase. And for practice purpose, right, we will have intentionally created vulnerable operating systems which are available to, I can say education purpose, to increase our knowledge. So if you go to Hub, which is again open source platform, anyone can come here and download various intentionally vulnerable created operating systems from here. So you can start with the basic system like Metasploitable. Okay, you can start with the basic systems like Metasploitable 2. Um, so here, whatever the ports are open in this system will be like having one or the other vulnerability. We can exploit those ports and learn the way that hackers can maybe identify and penetrate it. So from here you can download this zip file. I am copying this link and putting in the chat. Okay. And also download the Windows 7 or 10. Maybe I can also give you that Windows 7 or 10 files to you if you need. Maybe if you don't want to download it from the outside, right? I can also give you that. Uh, Windows 7, yeah, I have the Win 7, Win 11 also. I think Win 10 also. Okay, let me give you this Win 7 to you. So, there is a website which we can use it for okay, share drop IO. So, I'm going to give, okay, you guys can just connect here, guys. I'll drop you that file to you. Okay, I'm putting this link in the chat. Okay, if you click on this link, automatically I'll be able to see you guys over here. Yeah, someone has joined. Then I can give this file to you. You can download it. Hope you have good bandwidth because I'm telling you to download a lot of things at a time. Oh, there are so many people who are joining. Okay, no worries. I can give this to you. Go. Sorry. Yes. Send. Accepted. How many of you got the invite? Send.
Mm,
Is there any way that I can directly share it with everyone?
yeah, I got the invitation. Only I received the decline or save option,
Save.
but after this hitting save button, nothing happened.
It will download.
Okay.
What it is showing you as your name?
Amol.
No.
Prac-
Here in the.
practical penguin.
Okay. I think it says sending.
Okay. So in the browser, it itself downloading, or where it will be download.
Yeah, it is asking you to save somewhere on some location, right?
Yeah, but it didn't ask me to location to save the file. That's why I'm asking.
I think it goes directly to
Only
downloads.
okay. We'll see the download.
Or else I can just maybe put it somewhere on the uh, common drive. I can also share with you guys if this is not working.
Okay.
Or if you feel there is another platform which you feel comfortable, you can let me know. I can also uh, transmit through that.
I don't see any file in the downloads also. Not not sure it is downloading or not.
It'll come. I think it'll come. Maybe others can
Okay.
also confirm if you have something like.
No,
I mean,
I don't not get.
sorry,
I also don't. I also did not get.
is it? Mm,
Uh,
okay, maybe
there
I
is
can
no
put it into drive.
as
Uh-huh.
such. There is no
Sorry,
status as such. There is no status as such.
but for me it's saying sending. Uh, okay, can
After
anyone send some
waiting,
sample? Okay, maybe let's do some quick test. Uh, Let me send you a small file. Okay, let me. Okay. So for okay, let's do some testing over here. Maybe whom you want me to send this small file?
Yes, send me.
What's your name here?
Uh, Practical penguin.
I don't see.
Not.
I think you dropped off. That's the reason it is not showing you.
I am still on that page. Okay, how to rejoin that? Okay, wait a minute.
So you can share with imaginative cat this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, easygoing ship. Okay.
Okay. You got it?
Uh,
Nothing happening actually.
Sorry?
No, Sai, nothing is happening.
Okay, because it's download. I think it's very slow. That's what I can see. You can see here the
Okay, okay.
percentage. Okay, I can just put into a drive and I can give you guys. You can just drop off from the site. I thought it will be fast, but seems to be slow. Right? I
okay.
can
Okay.
just put it in a drive and I can give it to you. No worries. Yeah, this Linux file you can say it just got downloaded. Right? So here you can see the latest version 2024.3 got downloaded. I'm extracting it on the same path. No, it's taking too much time.
The hardest part of any new domain technology, the installation of this software stuff.
Okay, so it's extracting. Okay, meanwhile, you guys can also go and download this one, uh, the Metasploitable 2, right? So even I can also show you how do we install it. So at least we should have two machines. As I said, one is Kali and Windows or maybe Metasploitable 2, right? So we can target those systems to learn all these steps of performing the vulnerability assessment and also the penetration testing internally. Yeah, once you have a good knowledge about it, then slowly you can start applying or maybe doing the CTFs. I can also give you the list of machines that you guys need to maybe start with basics, right? Once I'm done with the complete practical, starting from the like information gathering to exploitation, post exploitation, the same way you have to work on the various other machines. Even those machines will also have the walkthroughs. Okay, like when I say walkthrough, it is like the steps that someone has already used to penetrate into the system. Okay, they give you all the steps, uh, systematic way. It's like kind of a POC, I can say. So we can also use them, and I can also give you all the different labs to, uh, use it. Like we have try hack me or hack the box kind of a thing, right? Yeah. So I've planned it properly. So we'll go and learn it in the same way. So first, as I said, I'll be starting once the lab setup is done. I'll be starting with the network vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. Uh, so first, I'll show you how manually we can identify the vulnerabilities by ourselves, and then how do we do it with the automated tools, and which approach would be suitable for uh, which approach would be suitable when you will be easily able to conclude yourself, right? And then pen testing, right? Pen testing also we have manual and automated tools. Again, there also you will be able to conclude yourself which one to use when. So when it comes to network vulnerability assessment and pen testing, every organization uses the automated tools to identify the vulnerabilities. Okay, why do we use only automated tools? Why not manual tools? You will learn and you yourself will conclude. Okay, at the end of this module. Pen testing, why not automated tools? Okay, or why maybe automated tools? Okay, so yeah, that is also you're going to conclude yourself by learning all the things starting from the information gathering to scanning, okay, exploitation, post exploitation, vulnerability assessment, right? Everything, right? Vulnerability assessment. So all the steps practical way, we'll explore it. It'll be more interesting. Like we ourselves will take one target and we create a vulnerability in it and we exploit it and we hack that system. That's where we uh, start our first hacking. Um, you know, first hacking experience. Yeah, I have. I think yeah, previous sessions. I can also ask the team to share those recordings with you. Right. Okay. Where is that extracted file? Okay, here you can see this got extracted, right? Once it got extracted, here you will be able to see the two different machines, and you need to click on the first one, which is VirtualBox machine definition. Automatically, you can see it got imported into the VirtualBox. And then when you click on the start button, there you go. The Linux operating system is going to start inside your local host operating system. So it is going to take dedicatedly 2 GB of your RAM from the local host operating system defaultly. Maybe you can give more RAM or less RAM by doing the configurations, but suggested to use 2 GB. Suggested to give at least 2 GB RAM for it. I'll also teach you the Linux basics to you, right? After installing the Linux operating system, let's explore the basics of the Linux operating system, right? Some of you may be new to this Linux operating system. This session is for them. If someone is already aware of the basic operations of Linux, how we navigate in the Linux operating system, maybe you can skip this. Yep. Right. So, okay, done. So we have the Linux operating system up and running in the virtual environment. And if you see here on the top left corner, the Linux symbol, right? If you click on it, it will give you all different categories like information gathering, vulnerability analysis, web application related tools, like over here, right? Category wise, you have the various different tools that we can use at later part. And then this is just like screens, like when you are having multiple screens and when you want to move it from one screen to another screen, you can use it. And this is like file system, guys, like we have how we have in Windows my computer, C drive and all, right? So here also we have this directories. There we call it as a folders, correct? So open a new folder, create a folder, right? So here also we have this GUI, graphical user interface, and this is the mouse pad. There we have notepad, correct? So here we have the mouse pad. We have the other text editors also over here, like Nano, VI, mousepad. Okay, so these are all the various types of text editors that we have. And then this is the browser. It comes defaultly with a Mozilla browser, which you can use it. If you would like to install the other browsers also, you can able to install it, like Chrome and all. But okay, so we have this uh, Mozilla browser over here, which you can directly search something and right, use it. And this one is the terminal, guys. Okay, so this is very powerful and we use it a lot. So any tool, if I want to call it or run it, I use this terminal itself, okay, which interacts with the interpreter. When I say interpreter, where my commands will directly get executes, right? It is more fast comparing with the applications, etc. Right? So you can give control plus plus to maximize the font size. And here uh, we are a Kali user actually. Like in Windows operating system, we have an administrator. On top of the administrator, we create our own account or we have a guest account. Correct. So here, uh, when you type "who am I," it will tell you who you are, like your user. Okay, your username, I can say. So there, the highest privileged user in the Windows operating system is what? Windows in Windows, who is the highest privileged user? Admin, right?
Admin.
Correct.
Admin.
So here in this Linux operating system, root. Okay. So when you would like to maybe move yourself from this Kali user to root user, you can use sudo. Okay, this is to run any commands with the root privileges, and I'm telling super user. Okay, and give this Kali password, and here you go. So when you type who I am, so you are the root user. So you are the highest privileged user now. So most of the tools like Nmap, maybe Metasploit, or any other operations that you wanted to uh, do it in the Linux operating system, you require the root privileges, right? Either you can use sudo or directly you can take this root access by giving sudo space su, then start using the tools, right? Um, yeah. So I can give you one resource where you can actually start by learning yourself the basics of Linux operating system. I can teach you that, but yeah, as we have some time, right, before today's session or tomorrow's session, you guys can actually go and explore this website. So once you're done with the installation of this Linux operating system, you can click on what to do, and then it will tell you what is the use of the shell, and then When you click on the next, it'll tell you what is the terminal, how do we run it. It's a case sensitive. You can see if you give anything like this, it tell you this message saying that command not found. You can say command not found, right? Just read it. So here we mostly use the arrows, upper arrow, down arrow, okay, things only. And this is how the file system look like in the Linux operating system. So we have a tree structured file system where the slash indicates the root directory. Under the root we have bin to store the binaries, boot, to have the bootable files, dev, etc, home. Under the home we have our user over here, right? If I type maybe pwd present working directory, it tells that okay, under the root you are, I mean under the root you are a root user, right? Maybe let's say if I am opening a new terminal and if I type pwd, you can see that root home kali, right? Root home kali, the minus over here, correct? So what is this command pwd? It is going to tell you the present working directory, okay, where you are right now. ls, this is for listing all the files, right? This is for listing all the files inside the directory, inside this kali directory. Similarly, you have all the basic commands like cd to change the directory. Maybe if I want to move inside the desktop, so cd desktop, done. Now when you type pwd, it says that you are in desktop, correct? So you can just start exploring these basics. I can show you all the required commands to you in tomorrow's session, because hopefully by tomorrow everyone will have your own Linux operating system up and running in your system. If someone has any, maybe if you get stuck somewhere, you can just first google it. Um Still if you cannot able to solve it, you can also highlight to me tomorrow. Let's see, okay, maybe if I can able to help you, I can do that. And then I'll start with all this Linux basics. Once it is done, we'll start with the actual modules, the actual course, right? This is what the plan, guys. So hope whatever I have discussed today, this is clear to you, right? What things needs to be downloaded and installed.
Yes,
Yeah. So if someone needs the installation steps of the previous sessions, you can approach the Harsh. I mean, someone who is coordinating with you. They can share you, right? Yeah, guys. So this session is all about just doing the installation of the Linux operating systems and Q&A. Hope by tomorrow everyone will have this setup done, and if not, maybe you can come back to us with your questions, or maybe wherever you got stuck. From there, we'll go ahead.